If you like people, it's perfect.
I'm an MRI technologist, so basically we do inpatients, outpatients, ER patients, ICU patients. Typically a day for me is super busy. We have a pretty strict schedule, but again we do ERs, ICUs, all that critical stuff. Basically, I mean, we image everything from the head all the way down to the toes.
The definition of phlebotomist is withdrawing blood from the vein. That's really what we do. That's kind of our specialty. Anytime that the doctors need anything, or it's an emergency, or somebody's coming in for a test, or we deal with people who are having heart attacks, and we've been in car accidents, very sick in ICU. When they can't get something, they call us. We're the ones who go and get it.
So I'm a biomedical technician, so my job involves the repair, the maintenance, the installation of medical equipment and medical systems in the hospital. So that ranges from things like patient monitors, to the patient beds, to the medical gas systems. So an average day I come in and I'll check my emails, and I'll turn on my phone, because we're always on call and we answer calls, and we do preventative maintenance work orders, and that's kept in a computerized maintenance system. So I'll check my work orders and complete anything I need to do and answer calls during the day.
So I'm a physical therapist, so I treat patients. I work in an outpatient setting, so I see a lot of like sports injuries and knee replacements, things like that.
My job is staff pharmacist at Liberty Hospital. What I do in my job, or what pharmacists do in their jobs, is first and foremost to make sure that any medications that are ordered for a patient are reviewed and appropriate as far as the dose and the frequency with which they're given. We get involved with helping to adjust those medication doses if needed for a patient's age and weight and kidney function and other factors that are involved depending on the medication. That is probably the most important part of our job. The second most important is actually distribution of medications to all the patients. And actually the Department of Pharmacy impacts most every department in the hospital in one fashion or another.
My name is Rob Kennard. I work for the anesthesia department at Liberty Hospital, and what I do is I'm a setup man for all the anesthesia staff. It's a great job in terms of being able to help a patient out and also to make our anesthesia staff successful. I clean the machines, I stock the machines, I get them all prepared for the surgeries that come up. I get here early in the morning to do that, but it's worth every step of the way, because one of my goals and what I do is to make our staff very successful, and in turn that helps the patient do well here at Liberty Hospital, and that's a passion of mine. In addition to that, I also help position patients after they're under anesthesia. We take very good care of them during that process as well, and during the wake-up process I help them as well.
I process specimens, usually blood samples that the phlebotomist will get and bring to the lab, or any specimen that is sent to the lab, such as urine or like culture setups, so swabs. We run the blood test usually through a machine, test the sample, and make sure that the patient's plasma will not react with whatever blood we're going to give them. So we basically make that happen in vitro, just to make sure it's okay.
We do a lot of abdominal work, a lot of angiography, carotids, things like that. Yeah, very, very detailed images. We image everything in 3 planes, so it's 3-dimensional. We can image anything from top to bottom, left to right, and then front to back. Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. When I was in high school, I actually was interested. I wanted to do ultrasound. I wanted to sonogram babies, and that's what I really wanted to do. So I knew out of high school I wanted to go into radiology. But of course, before you can get into ultrasound or MRI or CT, you have to have a radiology background. So I got into the radiology program, and I did that. And then my second year of school, we go through modalities. So I went through CAT scan, ultrasound, and MRI. And yeah, I went through, I had 2 weeks in MRI training, and I loved it. I loved the images, loved the whole process of MRI. So yeah, I knew that after that, I knew that's what I wanted to go into. We do about 40 exams a day, 35 to 40 exams a day. So we're very, very busy. Yeah. If you've ever had an MRI, you know that it's a big tube. A lot of patients are claustrophobic, so we deal with a lot of claustrophobia and trying to get patients in the machine and their scans done. So that's pretty much my day.
I got to see a lot of babies and a lot of little kids coming with their moms, and they were so scared to have their vaccinations done. They were scared to have blood drawn, and I thought, why are they so scared? I don't understand why they're so scared of this. And my grandfather was gone a lot. You know, he was very busy. And I thought, you know, I really want to do something to help kids prepare for this, or why are they so scared? I don't understand what is so scary about it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to be a phlebotomist and teach. You know, I don't like sticking little kids, little toddlers, babies, but I know it's part of my job. And if you take your time and do it right, and you really care about what you're doing, you're going to make that child feel pretty comfortable. And as long as they have a really good experience the first few times in their life, they're not going to be as scared all their life. I wanted to really do a good job and help kids get over their fear. And I do love coming to work every day. I really enjoy it.
My favorite part of the job is interacting with all the different nursing staff and clinical staff. So you're pretty much looked at as like the expert on the equipment. So you get into situations where you can help them, troubleshoot and work through problems with the equipment. So if you wanted to prepare for a biomedical technician job, you would just need a basic foundational electronics. And I think that's the main thing, because what you're going to be working with is a lot of electronics. So for example, I enjoyed tinkering with things as a kid, and I enjoyed just repairing things that were broken. I always wanted to figure out how things work. So as long as you have that basic passion foundation, you can find things that part-time jobs or other volunteer experiences that you can use to build up your experience in troubleshooting and problem solving.
Well, when I was in college, I played tennis, so that got me interested in working with athletes, and I wanted a job where I could be standing and not have to sit at a desk all day and be up on my feet moving around, and a job where I could help people. So PT allows me to do that. The best part of my job by far is seeing people get better, seeing people accomplish their goals, whether it's learning how to walk again or getting back to playing sports. It's a big moment for people, and I can be there for it, so that's definitely the best part.
In high school, I really liked biology, but I didn't want to be a doctor. I've always liked medicine and science, or all the science that entails. And then I found out about medical technology, and then intro to professional health professions. It was an intro to health professions class at Mizzou. That's where I went to college. And I learned about this job, and I thought it encompassed all of my favorite parts of science, like chemistry and biology and technology, because we work with a lot of really strange instruments that a lot of people haven't seen. So that was a good fit for me.
People would be interested in the profession of pharmacy if they have an aptitude for math and science, a general liking of people working with other people, and an interest in how medications work in the body and how best to make them as safe as possible. I love most about my job is the fact that there's always something new happening, always a new drug or a new indication for that drug or a new way to use it, and there's so many opportunities to impact patient health or people's health by just having information for them.
I love my job because basically at the core of what I do is to help people. I was brought up, by loving parents to serve others and to make a difference in other people's lives. And, over the period of, a long time, we'll say, 25 plus years, I've been able to do that. Really, I love my job is the people. It's not only the people that I work with, but it's also the people that we serve. You get to know them, you get kind of a chance to get into their lives a little bit, kind of get into their community, if you will, and you kind of just get to know them, and it's really, really neat. And I would want my family members treated the way I'm going to try to treat other family members. So really, the bottom line is because of caring for people and making a difference. It doesn't get any better than that. And even if you're not a people person, it still allows you to be involved in helping someone. And I think that's important as you all are growing up, and as you high schoolers are our future. I believe it's important that you help others be successful.
Do any medical careers interest you? Come to Medical Careers Night at Liberty Hospital on November 13 to learn more about many different types of medical careers. To register, go to libertyhospital.org.